Hi everyone, I'm going to try to do a pretty spring mani here. I am going to be using Bride Tribe Glitter Sweet, and I have some Coming Up Rose Gold that I think I used maybe just a couple on the other side here. So let's see how this works. I was really excited to get this one, and see, it's kind of like a reverse French. So let's see how this turns out. In every set of Color Street, you get your nail file, a prep pad, and your nail polish right here. You also get the directions and a couple tips and information on what you have here for your nails. It is dry nail polish, base coat, color, and top coat all built into one. And I am going to show you how to put this on. Now, there are so many ways to dress this up. I just didn't know what to do, but I thought this is really pretty. Once I put it on, if I'm not quite happy with it, I'm going to throw some glitter sweet on top and then maybe do an accent nail with the Coming Up Rose Gold. I have my handy iron here ready to go to seal things up. I like to save things for later. Now, I seem to have misplaced my scissors, so we are just going to tear this at the notches here. Oh, it's so funny when I gather things, and I had such a time deciding what I wanted to do for colors today. You wouldn't believe all the ones that I wanted. Here, this is what's going to be coming up, you guys. How cute is this? Little Only in Vegas. Got your tiger stripes here, Underground Magic. And then there was another fun set. Oh, I know, I wanted to do next up here the 4th of July French, which, yeah, is in here somewhere. I know it is, but that would be fun to do too. It's just so funny how things disappear when you're not looking. Okay, so this is a cream. It is not glitter, it's not shimmer, just a cream set. You get 2 sets of 8, so 16 total pieces. I like to reseal mine. I throw them back in the package, so let's see here. I like to make sure you just measure them up to whichever nail you think is going to work best. This is going to be my thumb. Sometimes I can use this one on my thumb too. Let's see here. Pinky, ring finger. I think pinky, would go probably this guy right here. I hardly ever use this one. This one is fun though if you ever want to do like a diagonal. You can do it crosswise. You can use it on your toes. That would be fun. Okay, so we got those. Need to come up with a pointer, which that one might work good. My pointer's kind of rounded, so we'll do that. And then the middle finger again, going back. Just do the best to pick which one you think will fit. So if you go a little big, you just have to punch off the edges. I think I'm gonna go with this guy right here. And sorry if I'm off camera, I'm just kind of getting used to all that. Okay, so we're heating up our iron. We're gonna tuck these guys back in. Now, of course, another thing I don't have with me is my long nail file. I put these on the file and slide them back in here. I'm just going to fold them in half, throw the ones on top that I'm also not using. So I was thinking too, you guys, maybe to make some jewelry out of the pieces that I don't use. Or I have this other really cool idea that I'll have to, I still have to get the bits and pieces to go with it and then see what you guys think. I've had few people make comments about putting mixed colors together, and I would make those for you guys. And we'll see what you think of it. But So this is what you do because it is dry nail polish. I mean, it's real nail polish. You want to reseal that to keep it. Usually when I use scissors, I cut the other end because then you can see the name here better. So you just kind of get all the air out. I'm not doing such a hot job here, but okay. So I like to just like hold this until it actually tilts down like that, where it's telling me that it's melting. And you can use any hot iron, clothes iron, curling iron, anything you have. They actually make bag sealers. This I got also on Amazon. So I keep it in my nail bag with me, and it goes with me when I travel. And I use it just for my nails. But I've never had an issue with these damaging a hot iron that I own. So there we go. We're saving that guy for another day. Yeah, I'm not sure yet if I want to open this up, so we'll see here. All right, so the tools I use is just a cuticle pusher. Beforehand, I will wash my hands. I use Dawn dish soap to get all the oils off my nails and my pads. Your hands are your tools, but you just push back all your cuticles here after you wash really good. I used a nail prep. I have a crack on this nail, and I use this new nail prep. It's like a nail rescue from Orly, and you paint it on there and dip it in the powder, and it's supposed to make it super hard. Now, pardon the dryness, holy cow, of my nails, looking pretty nasty. I work in the medical field, and I'm always cleaning equipment and things. So when you put your nails on, you take off this top layer. This is garbage. And then you peel your nail strip from the back. This is a beautiful opaque. Now this is called the anchor method, where you kind of put it back on there sideways and you use that to go where you need to. So look at this, you can kind of see through it. Interesting. So I just wonder, maybe I want to use 2 layers. We'll have to see here. So if you pull off this tab here, you now have 2 ends to your nails. I'm going to ditch that. Okay. Always make sure your hands are warm, the nail strips are warm. You don't want them cold because they just won't stick as nice. So you're going to take, oh man, dry nails here, this, and not get it on your cuticle. Get it as close to the base as you can. Now, if it gets on the cuticle, that's okay. Just make sure to get it off of there before it dries. So you can move this around until you're happy with it. Just don't push it down too hard until you're really happy. So normally I do this with my hands down on the table and I can get a much better look at this. So I might have to do that just so I get it on there nice, but actually this worked really good. Okay, so there we got it at the base of the nail. So you can pinch this off, cut it off, or I just like to perforate it like so, and that's it. Your nail is on. Get that in focus. Now the secret is to smooth it down really good. You want a super good adherence. That's gonna make it wear longer. So I'm just gonna go ahead and push that down. And just, they're still kind of delicate at this point. You don't want to push through it or pull it and rip it, but just make sure you have a nice good seal on there. Now these solid colors are not as forgiving as glitters are. Glitter reflects the light, refracts the light, however you want to say it, from any bumps or lumps or ridges that you might have. Anything, any little area you may have missed, not gotten perfect. So for new people, I would highly recommend using glitter the first time or two, but don't be afraid to use the solids. They're still very beautiful, and you can always cover them like I'm going to probably do with some of these glitters. Okay, one down. So always start with your pinky and move out to your thumb. You want to do your thumb last because, again, your thumb is your tool. So I'm just going to, I just want to make sure that that cuticle is pushed all the way down there. All right. I already have quite the mess going on here. So, like so, very nice. Again, if it's too big, don't worry about it. You can either trim it ahead of time or you can just punch it off with your fingernail here once you get everything sealed down real nice on the edges. Again, just make sure if you're using that cuticle pusher that you're getting it right down on the edge. Solids too, like this, when you break them off, you just want to be careful to break it in a nice straight line. Okay, it'd be nice to have a little music right now. I am liking this. I can't say, no, I did wear white. I was gonna say, I don't think I've ever worn white polish before, but I did when we got the spring colors. It's called Couldn't Care It Less, and it is an opaque white with a beautiful white glitter, just gorgeous. Highly recommend that one if you want a pretty white with some glitter. It's all built in. You don't have to make your own layering like I'm doing here today. All right, so that's looking pretty good. Make sure I'm getting to the edge there. I like it. Smooth it down. Let's get that off there. So all strips are different. Some are feel thicker, some feel thinner, some go on, like I say, like butter. It's like they're melting onto your hands. This one I would say is kind of the melty kind, just real kind of thin, and it's just kind of falling onto the fingernail. I think more when you get the glitters, the thicker ones, they feel thicker. They all feel good to me though. In the end, it's just kind of how they're made, what they need to do to add the pretty designs or colors or glitters to it. Sometimes makes them feel thicker or thinner. Now, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to message me, post them below. I'd love to answer your questions. Again, quite the mess going on here. Should kind of clean that up just a little bit. Get these other three out here. Just going to turn off my clamper here for a little bit. Okay, so those two are done. Now, like I said, just make sure you have a good, like it's sticking really good to the edges here. You can just lightly push them down. You don't have to use a cuticle pusher, but it's just easier to get in there. It goes a little faster. All right, so here we go with the middle. Now, half the time I do what I call mixed manis, so I'll pull out like all these different colors. I'll do like an accent nail, usually, excuse me, my ring finger would be my accent, or my thumb. Sometimes it's just whatever I feel like, or maybe a certain set has a design on a certain finger and I just want to use that one. So that's how I decide which finger to put the accent on, whichever one it's going to fit. Now there's a few different things you can do with this too. And maybe I'll show you here with the Coming Up Rose Gold, because that overlay goes in one direction where it's clear at the base and then the rose gets to the tip, gets thicker at the tip. But I've seen it, and I've done it before on like a dark green color where I've reversed it, and that was kind of fun too. So it's more gold at the base, this part of the finger, and then it just gets kind of lighter to the tip. Now, if you're on your skin, which now I can see from this angle that I am, I'm going to go ahead and just try to break that off in a nice, even manner. So it definitely pays to try to line it up ahead of time, so you're just saves time. Doesn't mean you can't get it right. So I didn't know what to expect with this because it is a solid, like I said earlier, not quite as forgiving. And we'll have to see here. You can always use another layer on top, which will make it smoother and more opaque. Boy, my hands are super dry here. Okay, moving right along. So when you have shorter nails like me, you can use one strip for 2 nails, as you can see. Definitely saves you some nails. Color Street does not recommend reusing, resealing, anything like that. So you are using that at your own discretion. I personally have never had an issue with it. Now, I've heard people put the nails in baggies, and then sometimes they throw them in the freezer, or they just leave them in a baggie or put tape on the baggie. You can do that. I personally don't think they would stay as sealed as they should if you put them in an airtight seal with heat. Because then I've also had people say, well, I opened them up and they were all dry. Like, yeah, it might be because it just didn't keep all the air out with a regular baggie versus coming like they do in the package that you get that the factory does. So I like to try to mimic the factory as much as I can. Oh, my dry hands. I cannot wait till tomorrow morning because I'm going to hop into bed right after this. Who can say they can do that when they paint their nails? Pretty much nobody. So I'm going to hop into bed and get a good night's sleep, and tomorrow morning I am going to moisturize my cuticles like no one's business. I am telling you, they are so dry. And I know you guys can see that. I am so sorry. All right, so just smoothing that guy down. Oops, almost did the pinch method here. So some people grab this and pull it down as they pinch it off their finger, and then you have to throw it away because it's kind of pinched on itself. And you can't, there's no way you could unstick it and use it on your finger because it's got a really good adhesive on the back. And if it's sticking on itself, you will not get it unstuck. Making a little mess here, huh? Okay. I like to push it over the edge too, just to cap that tip. Now they will dry ever so slightly in the next hour or two, or they may shrink just a little bit. And that's pretty. It's nice summer, fresh look. Now you can kind of see on this one, there's some little notches here. That's from when I pulled that tab off. If I had my scissors with me, I'd show you guys. I would just kind of round that off a little bit. Now when your hands are super clean it's okay to touch that back because you won't get the oils on it. But if they're oily, you're going to kind of mess with the adhesion and not get a good stick. And that's where when people come to me at my shows and they say, these never work for me, they always fall off and things like that. And I try to ask them or just give them a tip and say, I find that when I don't wash my hands really good or don't use Dawn dish soap to get the oils off, I find that the nails don't stick as good, and they just kind of stare at me, and it's like I don't know if they don't believe me, or maybe they're just kind of thinking, like, wondering if they remember if they did that. One lady said, "Sure, I wash with soap," and then I asked her what kind, and she said Bath and Body Works, and I said, "Ooh, that's beautiful smelling soap, but it definitely has moisturizers in it and fragrance and other things that are putting a layer on your skin and your nails, and then your nail polish is not sticking as good as it could." So we kind of hammered it out by asking more than just one question and finding out what she was using for soap. So I'm being a little putsy here today. I was really trying to make sure I'm getting this solid nice and smooth. I've seen pictures of this on people and it just looks so gorgeous all by itself. But I think I will be putting the glitter on just to kind of cover up some of my janky mistakes here. Now, before I do my thumbs, I'm going to go ahead and finish with that glitter and just make sure that it's looking nice. Now, you can probably hear me trying to find my phone cord because my phone is dying here. Oops, sorry guys. Okay, that's right. We're just gonna keep going. Okay, well, I don't know. That's really pretty. If anything, I could probably just add some glitter tomorrow. I think I'm gonna go ahead and finish this. I think it's really pretty. So the reason why I would add the glitter before I did my thumbs is for about an hour or so, you just don't want to kind of like push on your fingernails. Like you don't want to try to open up a box that you gotta pick at the tape or something. You wouldn't want to use this thumb to fix that thumb kind of thing. So just you want to give it an hour just to really set itself up and finalize the drying process. So okay, that's looking good. So we're gonna break that off here. Now, before I throw this on the other thumb, I'm going to finish this thumb because, again, I'm not going to come back and poke with this thumb because it might push that back a little bit, so it won't adhere. Ooh, kind of pushed on that a little too much. Okay, so this nail prep that I use kind of made this little bumpy here. Definitely going to have to use some glitter on top of this guy. Absolutely. Oh, my hands are so dry. Okay, looking good. Let's see. I think it's getting kind of late, so if anything, I'll throw the glitter on tomorrow morning. I can always add the video of that. And finish this off. Got that to the edge. Now, if your nail strip is too wide edge to edge, get one edge really good, because then you only have to punch off the extra on one side instead of both sides. It just kind of helps, especially when it's your last one here. Because what I do, I'll show you here. Some people say they don't like them, but I think they're just like another set of fingernails. But first, let me push this down with my cuticle pusher. Get that really good seal on there. Looking good. So you can use this side to get that off, or another favorite tool of mine is an orange stick, which is just like a fingernail. See how easy that came off? That just perforated, and away it goes. All right. Now, and you can always leave any edges here if you're hopping into bed. Let them completely dry, because like I said, they might just shrink back a little bit. And then in the morning, you can file the edges so they're nice and smooth. All right, so we got that. So in the morning, nice little mess here, you're gonna file at a 90-degree angle. So don't like file up here side to side on top. You're going to take it on the edge and file straight down. And you're gonna just get those, any bits and pieces that are left here, just file those straight down like this. Get those edges, and you're gonna have a beautiful mani. I like this. What do you guys think? Pretty, fun, springy. We have a nice background here. And I don't know, tell me in your comments, should I add the glitter suite? That's this one. Add a little rose gold maybe. That would be kind of pretty on here like this. I could turn it around and put it so the little bit of glitter goes to the tip. This glitter suite is just a sheer layer of glitter. The white that you see is clear, and that would just go over these. We will see in the morning what looks better. Thanks for joining.